Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 4 of Gary's Got Issues. Gonna be tackling a whole bunch of things this time around. In keeping with the times, there's not gonna be like real order. There's just gonna be a whole bunch of chaos, a whole bunch of different subjects I'm just gonna throw out there. It might sound a little scripted. Well, I mean, these are all my index cards, if you could hear that. There's a whole bunch of different stuff, man. You gotta admit, there's a lot of craziness going on in the world right now. This has just been a clusterfuck of a year. Hindsight is 2020. Whoever made up that saying needs to be kicked in the throat. Blindsided by 2020 is more like it. Politics are nuts. Hardcore Trump Republicans will walk over glass for their man. They'll sit there and bitch about Dems want mail-in ballots because they won't even get out of bed. One of the reasons they might not be able to get out of bed is because they're depressed about the condition of the world. And maybe they got the COVID. Maybe they're sick with the corona. They want to mail in their ballot. They don't want to go stand in line and get sneezed upon or coughed upon. You're going to be standing in line with Democrats, Republicans. You don't know what they're going to do. To me, both parties are subject to ridicule. And why are they called parties? These parties suck balls. Are you having fun? I'm not having fun. It's like the parents are pulling up in the driveway. The keg is dry. The cops are here. This party blows. There's a commercial on for some kind of pill. There's so many damn medicines out there. But there's a commercial out there and it says COPD makes it hard to breathe. Yeah. So do some COPSs. The other day, my brother and I were talking, and my brother and I grew up always in competition with each other. And he said, well, back in 2016, you voted for Trump. And I was like, yeah, because I didn't like the way they treated Bernie. So it was a protest vote of sorts. Again, I apologize for bringing on Armageddon and putting this nut job in the house. But my brother said that he made history by voting for a female president for the first time. And I said, aha, I ended history by voting for Trump. Beat that. Point Gary. Part of Trump's RNC speech said, Americans have steel in their spines. Well, yeah, you get shot 7 times. That's pretty much what happens, asshole. He said, children of America, you are part of an adventure, an exciting time in U.S. history. Is that what we're calling Armageddon? End times? Yeah, exciting. Nuclear winters are an adventure. Foraging for food, no longer needing sunscreen because the sun's been blocked out by the debris in the atmosphere. Rand Paul, when he was leaving the Republican National Convention on the final night, said he was attacked by a crazed mob while leaving the RNC last night. Video shows police officers surrounding him. At one point, a protester pushed a cop's bicycle and Rand Paul kept him from falling into him. I think we need to defund the police and make that man ride a unicycle. And God bless him, I got a lot of friends that like UFC, watch UFC. I personally don't understand why 2 grown men want to get into a ring and beat the shit out of each other. It's modern day gladiators. We haven't progressed towards peace at all. It feels like we're ready for the purge. We shouldn't have to fight each other if we were smart. But Dana White, UFC owner, loves Trump. UFC, I think it should stand for you fucking clown. Dana White's estimated net worth is $500 million. Of course he wants Trump as president. He'll get the tax cuts. Shut up, Dana White. You don't know what it's like. You might have at one point, but you lost it. An article in Esquire magazine stated that Trump is a burned-out magician. Well, maybe he can give us one last trick and just disappear. Or at least pull a vaccine out of his hat. We all know he's always has something up his sleeve. Probably a pair of Ivanka's panties. Eric Trump's wife, Laura Trump, said that she was attracted to the first family because they were down to earth. I think that means closer to hell. Yeah, your father-in-law, he had a toilet made of gold. I guess you gotta dig deep into the earth for that mineral, so yeah, okay, down to earth. Are you down to earth? Yeah, I'm down for digging up some earth. Get that gold. God bless you, Mitch McConnell. You look like a turtle with Down syndrome. Mitch McConnell had a little segment that he videotaped. He couldn't get to the RNC because he was on vacation. All turtles have to migrate at some point. Part of his message said that our economy needs to be the envy of the world. Why does our economy want to be the envy of the world and then deny the people opportunity to come be a part of it? The other night on CNN, Anderson Cooper was interviewing Mike Lindell. If you don't know who Mike Lindell is, he's the guy that is the CEO and creator of MyPillow. And, he started off with pillows. Now he's moved to bed sheets and all that kind of good stuff. But they were getting into this heated exchange about some new oleander-based drug that might help COVID victims. And Lindell was sitting there spouting the benefits of it, and Anderson Cooper was saying, but what are the tests? Where are the results? Because, truth be known, there haven't been conclusive studies on this thing. Yet this guy who's in Trump's back pocket was on the show just praising it, saying how great it was. Well, they were talking over each other quite a bit. And at one point in the conversation, Anderson Cooper said, I don't know how you sleep at night. And I'm surprised that Mr. Lindell did not use that as a plug-in for some new sheets that he was selling. Well, actually, Anderson, I'm glad you asked. I sleep on a MyPillow between my soft 3,000 count thread sheets that come from Giza. Jesus. Stupid question, Anderson. Fuck big money, fuck corporations. Hey, and you know what? Fuck Tucker Carlson of Fox News. What a complete asshole that guy is. And he was on his program the other day after the Democratic National Convention when John Kasich decided to go ahead and vote Democrat. And he said, oh, Kasich had the charm of an old science teacher. Well, there you go again. Republicans making science a bad thing. Subtle. Fuckwad. I'm a modern-day doubting Thomas. I don't believe anything until I see it for myself. And I'm sorry, but I do believe that Trump is a fucking idiot. It's just me, man. I know there's about 45% of you people out there might be friends of mine, and that's fine. We can still be friends. I'm not trying to, lose friends over this. It's just a difference of opinion. This is supposed to be America, where you can speak your mind, not be worried about getting strung up or shot or taken out. Why are people going to such extremes over things that they have no control over? Are they trying to get control? Pointless. Pointless. That's what the cops are for. Let them do their job. Protect and serve. So protect the businesses. It wouldn't take many cops standing in front of a store to stop people from looting it or putting it on fire. And I'm not hand in hand with people looting and burning up stuff either. So all that does is feed the narrative that they're just out to destroy, to burn down. I worked for a summer at Langston University in Oklahoma. It's an all-black university. And at one point I got to walk through their museum, and they had old pictures and photos, posters of lynchings and the atrocities that we did to those people. Not you and I, it's a couple generations ago, but still, their grandparents had to live during that time when people thought in those extremes. And then they raised some kids, raised them up that way. And then those people had kids and raised them up that way. And that's who we're dealing with now. People that think that people are just evil straight away or just looking for easy handouts. If you can't see that people of color have been subjected to lower wages, shitty living conditions, if you can't see that that's been a factor in their evolution, you need to read some history books. Well, I guess you can't read any history books because that's all been slanted as well. It's a damn shame. There are a lot of people out there that don't know exactly what's gone down over the last 400 years. They just don't know. I don't even know, but at least I'm searching out and looking and reading, observing. Some people just believe what they want to believe and they don't think they need any more information. Ignorance is bliss? No, ignorance is just ignorance. You need to know. Scientists say in Nevada, a man became the first person in the U.S. to catch coronavirus twice. Twice. I know gambling is legal there, but that's not something you want to double down on. You don't let it ride after you already beat the house. You walk out with your winnings with your head held high. Now he's going to be stepping into the hospital with his temperature high. No bueno, buddy. No bueno. Hope you feel better. This thing with social distancing, you know what? This virus is literally putting everyone into the friend zone. I've been single for over 5 years, working on myself, because I know I need to get my head and my soul right. I thought I was ready to get back into dating, but I guess God said, nope, not yet, Gary. You still have work to do, so I'm going to give the entire world the Rona to keep them safe from you. If I keep this up, I won't get any until I'm laid to rest. They had a motorcycle rally in Sturgis. They do this every year. And God love them, they didn't let the coronavirus stop them from getting together this year. Within the first week there were 20 new cases, and that has just multiplied over the last couple weeks. So all these people came from all over the country. I'm sure the majority of them weren't wearing masks and were like, America, you can't take away my right I deserve to be free and make my own decisions. All those people not wearing masks. The Rona is going to spread to all those homes. Well, they show up there, mix and mingle, then they get on their motorcycles and go right back to all four corners of the country, just spreading that shit everywhere. This is why we can't have nice things. And I get it, you're all rebels. You'll need lung strength for that rebel yell. It's going to be more like a rebel wheeze if we keep doing things like this. You know, if we all wear masks now just for like 4 or 5 months, that we just stay where we're at. But if you don't wear them, the numbers rise. And rising up is not a good thing in this instance. Some of you celebrities with your Botox, you're getting crazy, man. Your eyebrows are getting so high up, it looks like your face is in quotations. Botox, which is short for botulism, you know that, right? Botulism is a virus that attacks your body's nerves. So I guess Trump causes botulism? Also in science, the New York Times had a story about how they shot a laser at the moon and hit a mark the size of a paperback novel, and it beamed that laser back to Earth, and they were able to get the exact distance from the Earth to the moon. And they've calculated that the moon is drifting away from us to the tune of about 1.5 inches a year. Even the moon is getting sick of our shit. I mean, even the moon is trying to social distance. You know that meme where Homer Simpson is backing up into the bushes? That's what the moon's doing to us. Hey, Kim Jong-un, your haircut sucks. You've probably heard other comedians talk about it. I mean, you really can't fault the guy, though. They got a string of salons in North Korea called Not So Supercuts. Also in North Korea, you know that they have condemned pet ownership? They're calling it a decadence, like if you're just a regular person with a dog, that you're living beyond your means. And so now there's orders for all domestic dogs to be confiscated, which in North Korea translates to barbecued. The animals are being put down, sold to zoos, and sold to restaurants where dog meat is eaten. They're getting dogs and selling them to zoos? What a boring ass zoo that is. Imagine that, sold to zoos. Oh, look at the pit of Labradors. Yep, they're just licking their assholes today. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has given some power to run the country to his sister. So now we're really going to find out what it's like for a female to have access to nuclear capabilities. I mean, we already know what it feels like with Trump. Can you imagine Trump with a vagina on a period? I mean, we might not have World War III, but every 3 weeks we're going to have severe negotiations. On pollution, scientists say there are 12 to 21 million tons of plastic in our oceans. So it's not melting glaciers or global warming that's making our oceans rise, folks. It's our Amazon packaging. It's our weed packaging. That amount would be enough to fully load almost 1,000 container ships. Imagine 1,000 container ships full of nothing but plastic garbage. That's how much plastic is in our oceans right now. 1,000 ships. Container ships are huge. Imagine 1,000 of them in an armada floating across the ocean. That is a shit ton of ships. And I know some of you skeptics are wondering, why 12 to 21 tons? Why is there a 9 million ton gap? Well, if you think about it, that's whenever the Kardashians go on vacation and they get in and out of the ocean. Because we all know that's a shit ton of plastic. All right, that's all for Gary's Got Issues, issue number 4. Thank you for hanging out, listening. Make sure you share it, like it, subscribe to it, so you can get the notifications whenever I put up a new one. Check out my Instagram, my Facebook. Y'all take care, stay safe out there. And hey, wear a mask, it won't hurt. Promise.